this horribly designed car.
What's up, peoples? Me and Cuzzo on a little bit of a road trip to South Carolina.
Yeah.
Man, it's 10 hours there, 10 hours back. I'm not ready for this, to be honest. We haven't even left Philly yet, and I'm just dreading it already. The worst part about it is, I'm not even at 100% health right now. Like, I think I have a head cold, but the good thing is I stopped in Wawa, got me some stuff to take care of myself, some water and some medicine, some food. Even though we're gonna be making stops on the way, but this is about to be a critical ride. But I'm gonna vlog all of it. So, and we doing about 80 right now. Oof, yikes!
Just like that. All right.
The video would have ended right there. Had
that not been on my shit.
That would have been the end of it. But I'm gonna keep everybody posted. I'm probably just gonna upload this when I end up getting back in the house, or when I get to somewhere with Wi-Fi. He says I'm probably gonna be done with this whole trip by the time we get to Virginia. I'm gonna be like ready to just stop. In terms of like my health right now, I'm about at like a 50%. So could be worse, but I could be a lot better. But this, like, why now out of all days? Because the season change always messes me up, man. Now, I don't get sick too often, but like I said, I'm gonna keep everybody posted on what's going on. This is about to suck. I'm not even gonna lie. This is about to suck. Like, 100% suck.
By the time this shit over, I'm gonna have 266,000 miles.
Surprisingly, I'm not tired, but this traffic is about to make this trip so much longer. Hopefully it breaks, but it's ridiculous right now. Like, I can't stand traffic. So far, so good. Nothing, I'm okay. We're okay.
My knee and my heel are asleep.
Yeah, like my this is it gets to a point where like our knees are kind of like, please, like, just let me get out and stretch.
We stopped at the next joint because my heel.
But for the most part, everything is chilling so far. Hope it stays like that. We're in Maryland right now, the middle of Maryland. But this traffic is definitely gonna just like absolutely take away all the time we just made up. Like,
I knocked out our arrival time by 40 minutes, and now.
Add another 50 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's back. Oh fuck.
With a vengeance. It's back with a vengeance.
Damn. God.
This is punishing. It's about to be a punishing ride, but everything is good for the most part. But I'm gonna keep everybody updated on what's happening. What's happening? He ain't saying what's happening.
I want to go home. I want to go home.
Like, this is like a Rick and Morty adventure, dog. It's horrible.
Except we don't got the fucking spaceship that could warp us there.
You actually got to get out and stand up for a second. It felt like taking a breath of fresh air. Man. It's not too bad. It's not too bad, but it's just, man.
Who the fuck said states had to be this big?
Right.
We've only gone through like 3 states. Not even. No. Maryland and Virginia. We've only gone through 2 states. PA, Maryland, and Virginia.
It's not even lunchtime, and I'm ready to go to bed. I'm done with today.
Only 10:53.
It's only 10 o'clock. I would have waken up like an hour ago. Like, I would have just been getting up pretty much. I kind of like getting up early a little bit. It's like it adds a lot more to your day. You get more stuff done, you know?
Shit takes way longer. Way longer.
Alright, so check this out. It is 11 o'clock.
It's 11 o'clock?
Yes, we got here around what?
9:10.
9:10. We were driving that whole time. We've been out since 5 this morning. We've been in the car for 16 hours. Lord. I don't know how we did it. I don't know how the car did it. Like, it just seemed like one bad thing after another. Just going off of just sheer brain power. Just no phone, like no phones or anything at all. This was a rough day. This was a very, very, very rough day. I don't think it could have gotten any rougher than what it was, to be honest. Day 2 of this very excitingly aggravating ride. So I was going to go on this huge angry rant about everything that was wrong with this ride, but instead of doing that, I'm going to keep a good mood and just list off the pros and cons of this whole trip. So should I start with the pros or the cons, guys?
Start with the pros, because then the cons just make it funny.
Okay. We'll start with the pros. The pros were this car didn't break down. That was the biggest pro. Another pro is that there was always something to talk about this entire ride. Coming from someone who doesn't really go out of the state too much, this was very new and different for me. What would you say was another pro?
We didn't have any traffic at all.
Yeah, besides the beginning of the trip a little bit, as you saw earlier in the video, there was hardly any traffic after that one point. So that might make you wonder, so what turned this 10-hour trip into a 16-hour trip? I'm gonna get to that in a second. But traffic wasn't too bad. Wasn't really bad at all after that one point. Gas wasn't an issue, as it shouldn't be if you plan on driving out of state for multiple hours at a time. Weather wasn't really too bad. It's always a good thing.
We always have water in the car. How about
Yes.
that? That's pro. We always have water.
We were never hungry, and we always had some type of beverage in the car.
So I get nervous about the list of all the cons.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to list as many pros as possible so the cons don't outweigh the pros. It wasn't too hot when we got down here either, because I hate the heat. I can't stand the heat. I'm a very winter-oriented person. I love the fall and the winter. I'm not a big summer person. But like, I could never live down south, like ever. It's just not for me. But another pro is I got some pretty nice pictures that I will post after I get done with this video.
Pictures of the cons.
Pictures of cons, yes, exactly. This trip was way more cons than it was pros.
But now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like there's only a few cons that are just huge.
Yeah. Another pro is the people were sort of nice, I guess, because they had to be. I'll get to that in a second too. Another pro is I got to see a lot of things that were different from what I'm used to seeing.
Accents.
Yeah, accents. And the thing about the accents was people don't talk like where I come from. I kept forgetting these people have accents down here. And like every time somebody says something, it just caught me off guard. Oh, change the shirt real quick. The other shirt was way too hot. But onto these cons, man. That Atkinson town, was horrible. It was so weird. It like the vibe that town gave off was just way too much. It was, even though like the hurricane hit there and it was really bad there, and I understand, you know, what those people were going through, and it's sad, it really is, but I feel like even if the hurricane hadn't hit, that town is just very weird. It's such an abandoned, it's like a lot of abandoned structures, like houses and other weird structures there that are just out to the elements. But speaking on the cons, it was just way too much open space. I don't like open fields. It's just, it gives me this weird, uncomfortable feeling. Makes me feel really insignificant, which we all are insignificant in terms of the bigger grand scheme of the world, but it's just, I don't like open fields. I don't like being able to look far this way, far that way, far that way, and that way, and it's just, I'm not a fan of it. The townspeople did not enjoy talking to my cousin and I couldn't tell you why. I really don't know. I don't know if it was a race thing or they just know that we weren't from around that area, but they were laughing it up, busting it up with everybody from the general area, and when they saw us, the smiles went away. They did not want to talk to us. They would not make eye contact with us. Very uncomfortable about that whole town of Atkinson, and I just wanted to leave that town ASAP. So I'm glad we got out of there when we did. The flooding was really, really, really bad, of course, because of the hurricane, but it just seemed like everywhere that we had to go, there was flooding. But if we didn't have to go in that direction, it was just like, go ahead, open road for miles in any direction that we didn't have to go. But if we had to go in that direction, it was blocked off. We saw tons of high water signs. Every time we saw a high water sign, we just was like, yep, we're not gonna make it through. Everybody had trucks and stuff and little boats. We ain't have that. We in a box right now. It was inconvenient for not only us, but just everybody that lives in that town, or anybody that had to go anywhere and was trying to pass through. But so we had to go all the way back around. Like, the flooding is what made this 10-hour trip 16. We had to backtrack 3 hours in order to get to where we were going. Like, that backtracking like doubled the time even more. We had to stick it out and we had to just get through it. It was hard. It really was, but we got through it. And overall, it's really eerie. It's not a place that I would personally go to visit. I would never live there. Like, it was never in the question for me to begin with, but I would never live there. No, mind you, it's just personal opinion. I would never live there. If you like open spaces, I mean, there's plenty of it, but it's just not for me. The power outage was very inconvenient as well, because that meant no service. That meant the trip takes even longer now. And that's what we didn't want to happen. We were supposed to arrive at our destination by around 3 o'clock. We didn't get there till 9, like I said earlier. You know, it was what it was, but we just had to keep it pushing. Oh, and it was strangely so much roadkill.
Oh, for real shit.
There was so much roadkill, it was ridiculous. We was like just swerving through the streets because like it was just everywhere. It was like, we saw a few deer, we saw a bunch of squirrels. I don't know if they were possums or what, or other animals, but there was so much. It was just some people that didn't care. It was just running it over. Like, those are the main cons about this whole road trip situation. Somebody asked me if I would do it again. Absolutely not. Like I said, some people enjoy the open road, you know, traveling through the car. It's just not for me. I pay all this money to take a plane before I would drive somewhere this far again. It's definitely an experience, but we're on our way back to Philly now. So, but I never thought I would be so happy to see Philly again.